Sometimes I go to the bathroom and I sit down and I'm like, oh man, forgot my phone. And I just gotta sit there all bored. I wonder what my phone is doing. I have crown molding? Oh, somebody needs to clean in here.
Is the word pussy offensive? I asked that crowd when we was in Denver. One was a woman in the front. She's older than me, maybe around my age. Definitely a feminist. You know what I mean? Short haircut, plaid shirt, you know what I'm saying? She said, I'm uncomfortable with that word. And I was like, really? You? And then before I could ask her why, there was one other guy, he was in the balcony. Now, I don't think he was saying this to me, but he said this. Everybody heard him say it. He goes, it's delicious. I don't think I've ever heard pussy called delicious before in my life. Now, this is not to say that it's bad, but it's definitely an acquired taste. I don't think any of us tasted pussy our first time like, hey, it's good. You ever notice old people don't text back? They mail you their response. Like I sent my grandma a text just saying, I love you. 2 weeks later, I get a handwritten letter, says, I love you too. P.S. Don't get the vaccine. Now I'm sitting there confused like, Grandma, are you expressing love or recruiting me for a conspiracy theory? I ain't gonna lie, part of me wanted to believe her. Because if anybody knew what was really going on, it's a 93-year-old black woman with a rotary phone and a landline.
Well, let's get back to the Bible, America's favorite national theatrical prop. Suppose the Bible they hand you to swear on is upside down, or backward, or both. And you swear to tell the truth on an upside-down, backward Bible. Would that count? Suppose the Bible they hand you is an old Bible and half the pages are missing. Suppose all they have is a Chinese Bible in an American court. Or a Braille Bible and you're not blind. Suppose they hand you an upside-down, backward Chinese Braille Bible with half the pages missing. At what point does all of this stuff just break down and become just a lot of stupid shit that somebody made up?
She says the same shit to me every night before she goes to bed. I'll be the last one up. She's like, let me get some sleep, Dave. Good night. All right, babe, we'll stay up and watch television. Good night. And she'll walk halfway up the steps. David? Don't eat the kids' lunch. And then she walks away. Well, the crazy shit is I don't even eat their lunch anymore. Back in the day, I used to eat that shit. You know how that goes. I might smoke some weed in the middle of the night, and she'll leave neatly wrapped sandwiches all over the kitchen. I'm gonna eat it. What's the big deal? Why can't she just make another one in the morning? I mean, it's like, I got sons anyway. And sons love everything their dads do. My kids would be at school the next day, just look like, oh, Dad bit my sandwich. Oh, shit! Their dad is Dave Chappelle, man. You could trade that sandwich for something better.
White folks play poker. We play Uno. Uno will get you fucked up. Oh, you gonna start a fight? You ever play Uno and want to kick somebody's ass? Motherfucker keep skipping and shit. Draw two on your ass. Oh, that's how you living, dog? That's how you living? Why you ain't fucking with nobody else, motherfucker? Like, well, what y'all arguing for? He keep draw four on a motherfucker, you know. Draw four, get your ass whipped, man.
Being a mom is the most difficult job on the planet. How many mothers died on ice road truckers last season? Any moms get washed overboard on Deadliest Catch? I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but what would you rather have as a job? You want to scoop scallops off the bottom of the ocean, catching that lobster trap to the back of your head? Or do you want to hang in the sunshine with a couple of rugrats? You'd send them to bed anytime you want and some trumped up charges because you want to have a drink and watch The Price is Right? I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is the most difficult job. I mean, I thought roofing in the middle of July as a redhead, you know? I thought that was a difficult job. I really did. I thought it was difficult. But evidently, these mothers, they're bending over at the waist, putting DVDs into DVD players, going to war pinned down by a sniper. What a joke! You ever burp a baby and forget to put that towel up there? There's another shirt you gotta wash. Oh, lift with your knees and put it in that machine that does it for you. Dude, any job you can...
And this is the joke that started the bombing. Nothing wrong with the joke. Pretty good joke. I said, if you see a fat white girl smoking cools, wait a second. There'll be a half black baby come right around the corner. My favorite reaction to that joke is always from black women. It's not even a laugh. It's like, mm-hmm. Yes. Take us to the mountain, fat man. Mm-hmm. Lord, Lord, Lord.
Shit no more. And I'm blessed. I'm big boned. I'm heavy structured. I'm hung low. If I pull my shit out, this whole room get dark. Kick it!
They want to claim the earth for their very own. It's a pretty good plot line, huh? I call it Space Jews. Space Jews. All right. It's gonna get worse than that. Hang in there. It's gonna get way worse than that. Then I thought of an idea for a children's book. I actually wrote it. It's coming out soon. The book.
Those people will lift you up better than any therapist. I was walking through the mall a few months back. I was all like moping. This dude just runs up on me with a back massager, puts it to my back. He's like, my man, are you a hard worker? You're a hard worker, right? I was like, honestly, I'm not. He's like, nah, you're a hard worker, man. I can see it in you. I was like, all right, yeah. I see it a little bit too now, yeah. Days turning around. He was like, what you do, man, is you tell your girl about these back massages, you tell her how hard you've been working, and she'll come up here and she'll buy you one. And I was just being honest, you know, at the time, I was like, I don't have a girl. He was like, but you're gonna get a girl, man, I know you will.
The first Mexican I met was in 1982, June 17th, glorious day. I got a knock on the door, and there's a little Mexican fellow with his hat in his hand saying he'd mow my yard for $10. And I'm like, you goddamn right you will, all right? You come and do it next week, too. And why not? My mom paid me $20 to do it, you know? I figure I give him 10. I made 10. Now I'm a supervisor. This is awesome.
So a lot of times, you know, they read to the kid in the womb. So they're already learning before they're even outside, before they're even born. The parents read to them. If you're a fucking Latino kid in there, you're like, who the fuck is out there talking? Trying to fucking sleep. They fucking keep... Every night they fucking talk to me at the same fucking time. Be throwing a fucking patada. Hey, fuck. Como chingan, fucking, hey. I'll talk to you when I get out.
I said, I need a gun immediately. The guy didn't answer. No questions. He just grabbed a 12-gauge shotgun, handed it to me. I'd never even held a gun before. I'm not a dummy. I'm like, I need some bullets, too. And the guy reached under the counter, put 2 box shells on the counter. He said, all right, buddy, which box do you want? And I didn't know. One box had a picture of some ducks on it. The other box had a picture of some deer. I said, well, what's that box with them ducks? He said, oh, that there's bird shot. And then he goes just like this. I'm not exaggerating. He goes, that won't kill a man. He said, it'll just pepper him up nicely. I said, what the fuck? Pepper? I said, well, what's that box with the deer on it? He goes, oh, that there's buckshot. That'll put a hole in the goddamn truck if you wanted to. So which box do you want? And he picked the one with the deer up and shook it. I thought he was trying to trick me. I was like, do you have a box with a picture of a white dude trespassing on it? Because it's exactly the strength I'm looking for. I don't think men should be allowed to be gynecologists. That shit is a conflict of interest. Even when my wife was pregnant, we used to go to the gynecologist. And he'd put her legs up in that stirrup like this. He'd be like, all right, Miss Chappelle, just try to relax. I push it. Back up, motherfucker, I got this. Just tell me what to look for. One of those home-style checkups. There's too many ethical questions when men do that. Like, can a gynecologist lose their license for smelling their fingers during an exam? Is that illegal? How could they not? These are men. It's like if you have a good barbecue, you don't even think about it. You just... The word pussy is only offensive if you're older. People my age and younger, I don't think we dance to that shit. That song come on the radio, say, I beat the pussy up. That's on the radio. I beat the pussy up. That's a pretty harsh song. It's like nothing like a love song. There's no tracks of his tears, no midnight trains to Georgia. This man simply beats the pussy up. Unbelievable. You don't even know if he's having sex with these women. They might just pull their pants down. He'd be like, bah! G-Unit.
Yeah, I love my wife to death. I love everything about being fucking married, but I'll tell you this right now. We do fight a lot. We do argue all the time. If I've learned anything in 5 years of being married is we're always working on me. You know? Evidently, my wife is this completed work under museum glass that is to be admired and studied. Like, how did she do that? And I'm like one of these guys, you know those buildings that just has scaffolding around it for like 6 straight years? And you're like, are they ever going to finish that thing? Is that some sort of insurance job? Jesus Christ, what a piece of shit. You should just tear it down and start over again. Yeah.
He's what I call an honest liar. That first debate, I've never seen a white male billionaire screaming at the top of his lungs, this whole system is rigged, he said. And across the stage was a white woman, Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama, sitting over there looking at him like, no, it's not. I said, now, wait a minute, bro. It's what he said. And the moderator said, well, Mr. Trump, if in fact the system is rigged, as you suggest, what would be your evidence? He said, I know the system is rigged because I use it. I said, God damn. No one ever heard someone say something that true. And then Hillary Clinton tried to punch him in the taxes. She said, this man doesn't pay his taxes. He shot right back. That makes me smart. And then he said, if you want me to pay my taxes, then change the tax code. But I know you won't, because your friends and your donors enjoy the same tax breaks that I do. And with that, a star was born.
Oh boy Blue. He needed the money.
Chris got slapped in the face at the Oscars by Will Smith, which was one of the craziest things I'd ever seen. In fact, if you watch it live on television, when it happened, I thought it was fake. I did. I wasn't sure, so you know what I did? I waited 30, 40 minutes, and I called him, and he picked up. As soon as he picked up, he said, you was the only nigga I had to answer the phone for. Apparently, Obama and Oprah, everybody had called this nigga to see if everything was all right. So I asked him, I go, well, you know, he said, what? I said, well, did it hurt? And he said, yes, nigga, it hurt. Then I knew that it was real. And then, and only then, was I offended. And I wasn't just offended that he got slapped. The real offensive part was that after he slapped him, this nigga Will just sat down and enjoyed the rest of his evening. It was crazy. And people would ask me all the time. They'd say, Dave, what would you do if you were Chris Rock and Will Smith slapped you in the face? And to this day, the answer is the same. I don't know what I would have done. I've never been in a situation that extreme. But I do know now what Will Smith would not have done. That is, enjoy the rest of his evening.
Look at a lot of white men, sometimes they look gay. You know, just by their gestures and shit. They so secure they're digging their ass. No, you see him, you see him. Brothers, black folks, we got too much pride. We ain't gonna dig in our ass. If our ass itch, we gotta be creative. And try to scratch that motherfucker. We ain't digging. If our ass itch, we gonna find a way to get that motherfucker. Man. Boy, you a crazy motherfucker, boy.
I have a real hard time being afraid of a dude who's wearing a dress down below his knees and flip-flops. Okay, if you're dressed like my mama going down to Galveston Beach, I'm really not that afraid of you. You know what I'm saying? You kind of dress like a pussy, dude. You know what I mean? Maybe that's just the Southern in me, but if I could stub your toe and put you out of the fight, I'm not really that afraid. Okay.
I did not grow up in a household that was very, like, mental health conscious. Like, we were very religious. I don't know if you've ever tried to tell your conservative dad that you have a mental health issue. It doesn't go great. When I was in high school, I was like, Dad, I think I'm depressed. And he was like, you just need some protein. Get a scoop of peanut butter. Yeah, there's a lot of dads out there just white-knuckling it through life right now. Clinging to a jar of chunky Jif like it's the answer. Just a buoy in the storm. It'll pass. The only mental health advice my dad ever gave me is I was having panic attacks in high school and I didn't know what they were. And I was very stressed out. And I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And I feel like this. I don't know what to do. And he goes, all right. All I can tell you is that when you feel like this, get as far away from the people you care about as possible until you feel different. Which is advice you give a werewolf. Like, just run into the woods so you're not a monster anymore. Don't let them see you change. They won't accept you for what you truly are.
So I don't know if you know this, like, being racist isn't like a yes or no thing. You know what I mean? It's not like you have it or you don't have it. Like, being racist is more, it's like being hungry. You know? It's like, yeah, you're not right now. You know? It's like, yeah, you're not hungry right now, but a cheeseburger could cut you off on the highway. And you get hungry. You weren't hungry all day.
One time I was trying to check into a hotel in Chicago at 1 o'clock in the morning because I missed my flight. Nobody's at the front desk, just a little bell and a sign that said ring for service. Ching, 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 ching. All of a sudden, I heard this. I hit a bell. All of a sudden, this lady came out just... What the hell you want? I'm checking in. You know what time it is? It's tomorrow. I know I missed my flight. Mm-hmm, whatever you say. What's going on out there? Girl, you gotta see this. I got a big ass Mexican showing up late as hell. What's your name? My name is Gabriel Iglesias. E-G-L. No. It's Iglesias with an I. With an I? But you said Iglesias. You didn't say Iglesias. You said Iglesias.
Donald Trump, man, he cold. He told the Mexicans, build a wall. I'm tired of you coming over here, build a wall right now. The Mexicans said, shit, we're not building no wall, shit. Yeah, we're not building no wall. Build a wall so we can't come back over here? Shit. You see, they ain't built it yet. Because I know they wasn't talking about black people building that motherfucker. That'd have been a 30-year job. I can see brothers now. Yeah, you know I'm still down on the wall, right? I'm still down there on the wall, man. I think I've been down there, what, 13 years now, something like that? Yeah, I got my son on. My son working here now. Probably retire after another 20 years, man. If the white man build the wall, they're going to build it in a year. Why? Because they had a plan.
And the real reason I don't want children is not because I hate them. It's just because I found the whole thesis of childhood so insulting. Like, I was so annoyed when I was born. I remember being born. I remember being in that hospital room shooting out of my mother's Pikachu. And I remember these bright lights everywhere, and then someone smacking me on the ass and just thinking, are you fucking kidding me? And then I came home to my family, and there were already like 5 other kids there. And I remember looking at my parents like, who the fuck is in charge around here, you know? Do I have a dowry? Like, how the fuck am I going to upwardly mobilize out of this shit?
My t-shirt says Marvel Comics. I said, I see Thor, I see Captain America, I see Iron Man. Who are some of the superheroes that DC Comics has that makes them better than Marvel? Go. Batman, you said that. Superman, that's a good one. Wonder Woman, okay. Green Lantern, whoa, 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 whoa. I said, I know the other superheroes, but Green Lantern? What's his power? He wears a ring, and the ring gives him power. I said, that's a fantasy. I don't know any man who wears a ring who has power. And if you're not clapping right now, my point exactly. You can't clap, can you? You can't. You know why you can't clap? Because you're sitting next to kryptonite.
The only place it still feel like the pandemic sometimes is in a Uber, right? Because there's a small pocket of Americans that didn't get the memo. They out here still, you know, like it's 2020, masked up, gloved up, and sometimes they be your Uber driver. You know, it's like they not wrong, but it's like, you stupid bitch, stop that shit. Right? Like that's how you feel sometimes. Like you making me feel stupid. But if you in somebody's car, if you in the Uber, you gotta be on what they on. And I travel too much. I catch too many Ubers, so I gotta keep a mask on me when I go to certain places. You know, because I don't know what they're gonna be. Like I treat my mask like a condom in the Uber. I get in and I'm like, so, like, we can use them if you really want to use them, but come on, I'm clean. What are we doing?
My t-shirt says Marvel Comics. I said, I see Thor, I see Captain America, I see Iron Man. Who are some of the superheroes that DC Comics has that makes them better than Marvel? Go. Batman, you said that. Superman, that's a good one. Wonder Woman, okay. Green Lantern, whoa, 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 whoa. I said, I know the other superheroes, but Green Lantern? What's his power? He wears a ring, and the ring gives him power. I said, that's a fantasy. I don't know any man who wears a ring who has power. And if you're not clapping right now, my point exactly. You can't clap, can you? You can't. You know why you can't clap? Because you're sitting next to kryptonite.
It's funny when you bring up Down syndrome, you can always tell who's never been around it in their lives. You know what I mean? Like if I tell people, if I'm like, yeah, I have family members with Down syndrome, people that have never been around it are always like, oh, are they doing okay? It's like, they're doing better than everybody I know. They're the only dudes I know having a good time pretty consistently. They're on fucking Capri Suns. Having a good time. Dude, my Uncle Danny sneaks grilled cheese sandwiches into restaurants just in case they don't serve grilled cheese sandwiches. I don't know where he's getting these fucking things. It's the best. It's the best. You'll be out to dinner with him, you look across the table, you see him sneaking a grilled cheese. Yo, where'd you get that cheese, Danny? His dad's with him, he's like, that fucker, he's been making them at night. I know he is. I'm not making them at night, Dad. Then he'll look at you and be like, I'm making them at night.
Black people, thank you for not wearing masks. I know you're not vaccinated, so I appreciate you doing that shit. Oh, y'all vaccinated or not? You are? Which one? You got the black one. Medea, right? Why'd you get vaccinated? You a doctor or something like that? What's your job? Which prison? Was that where Ghislaine Maxwell was? Yeah, I was asleep. Yeah, we heard that. We heard that before. Oh, I fell asleep, and then I just got a brand new house in Long Island for some reason. I fell asleep. What a shame. And if you see them like each other, do you don't stop it, or what do you do? You hear it though. You hear motherfuckers screaming. Put your fucking AirPods on. Do not disturb. Help! I told you long ago on the road, I got what they waiting for. Got that Lil Nas X pumping while that dude got that Lil Nas X pumping, bro.
Man, appreciate y'all for riding with us today on Squatch Tube. You ever get that feeling like you just watched something you shouldn't have, but you can't stop smiling? Yeah, that's us. Drop a comment below. Tell me what part had you laughing, crying, or questioning reality. I read them all like they're love letters from the internet. And hey, YouTube says you're going to love that next video down there. I ain't saying they're psychic, but they might got a cousin in the Matrix. Don't forget to give this video a little thumb hug, hit subscribe, and ring that bell like you just won a prize pig contest. I'm your boy Squatch. Keep it weird, keep it wild, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay hairy, baby.